Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday, the 17th of August 2019. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm using the Wildwood Tarot for this reading, and let's have a look at what these cards want you to be aware of. This is a deck that's very themed on nature and animals, and I think it has a particular wisdom because of that. Ten of Arrows, Ten of Swords in reverse. We had that recently. The Lovers in reverse. And Death in reverse. So we've had all of these cards recently. And all three are in reverse, so I read them both ways around. So when something dies, you start a journey because there's a vacuum. There's a journey for the next meal. There's a journey from the crow's perspective. There's a journey to go on the hunt. For the dead person, the dead animal, the journey comes to an end, and either a part of their life comes to an end, like a political career or a business or a family relationship, and it starts something new. So you have a new space within yourself. And the Forest Lovers is the lovers. And we've had a lot of that going on this week. So this week has been good in terms of love and romance. But I also think that the lovers have really, really extended to, what is it that you love? What is your journey all about? I was thinking the other day, I was like, you're at this age now and you've done this. There's nothing, things seem really complicated and busy all the time. But if you look back on someone's life, like let's say they die at 37, it's like, okay, well, what have they really done? Is there any, apart from, having a job and helping family members out and being a good daughter or whatever it is, what has this person really achieved for themselves? Did they find a job that they loved? Did they have a connection with a higher power? How far did they get? And success is defined differently by different people. Some people say success is money. Other people, like myself, say success is doing something that you love to do work-wise, and that has a side effect of paying you, but you're being successful because you're adding joy to other people's lives and you're able to pay your bills and have a little bit extra. So that the fact that there's a space made, first of all, is very, very powerful. It's like take an apartment building that you desperately need to get into, and suddenly one of the tenants moves out and you're number one on the list. Something opens up, you're straight in there so you can continue your journey. Or you can start your journey in New York if the apartment building is in New York City. The good news is that the lovers follow this space, and the first thing that doesn't come into your life in this new space is someone trying to rip you off, or someone who's trying to steal your ideas, or to exploit your goodness or your kindness. It's someone who's an equal, who loves you, who wants to be with you, who wants to bring out the best in you, and who wants to give you more personal control over your life, the way you think, the way you create, the way you are. And finally, the Ten of Arrows, the Ten of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Swords is hitting rock bottom. And we had a woman recently, or a man happen recently as well. Rock bottom is really when everything's against you. Each one of these arrows represents a thought. Okay, I've been hit by the heart, in the heart by the IRS arrow, and my lover has betrayed me and has told me I don't love you and I never had. That's an arrow that's gone in as well. I feel anxious to the extent that I have a nosebleed. That arrow has gone in as well. I'm never going to make it in life. That's an arrow that sticks well and truly in most of our sides. So the message is that something's going to empty. If you just stay in the negative and focus on these arrows getting you, then you're staying in a negative place and you're not making use of what the day has in store for you. And if you start to look at the positives, if you look for the silver linings within the difficult circumstances, you will see that you can create something new. You can find a new space that you love, a new person you love, a new activity you love, a new love for nature. Or you can start to say, do you know what? Enough with me and my friends being shot down by arrows. We are no longer going to be victims here. We're going to transform into little human beings, and we're going to take the arrows and we're going to shoot them at people who are trying to shoot us down. So it's about taking your power back. The 10 of arrows is having no power. Society has judged you. You have judged yourself. You're out. No one teaches you, no one cares about you, you're alone in the mud, and no one is going to give you a hand to pull you up at all. 10 of arrows is rock bottom. Now they're all in reverse. You are not at rock bottom because you're using the things that life is giving you on a day-to-day basis to become more accurate and to take those things and weaponize them and to use them to your advantage so that you can defend yourself. Whether there is a person in your life at the moment who you love, or a thing you love, or anything, is really irrelevant because you are love. You're made up of love. So you feel that whether this card is in reverse or not, you are the energy of love. You carry that around with you just by being a human being. And by protecting yourself and starting a new journey, you go out into the world open-minded, but not naive, which is always helpful. It's the difference between arriving in London with 2 suitcases at 18 and saying, okay, bright lights, big city, what's going to happen? Well, what's likely going to happen is that someone will steal one of your suitcases, someone else will try and take you for all your money, and then other people will try and sell you drugs. But in this case, you have trained for this, that you're going to be independent one day, that you're going to be out on your own. This wise old mentor, he has helped you through thick and thin. And when a negative thought about yourself comes in, I'm not good enough, well, let me prove to myself that I'm not good enough. Let me turn that thought into an arrow and shoot it and see if I hit the center. Am I good enough? Actually, I am. Because I've just taken this arrow and I've made it a takeover of a company, and I've taken over that company, and I now own my company as well as that company, and it's a success. Or whether you make, I am not lovable. That's rock bottom thought. If you take that and you're going to say, okay, I'm going to weaponize it. And if I'm so unlovable and ungracious, then I can get away with whatever I want. Then I don't need to dress a certain way. I can tell dirty jokes. I can enjoy being single. I don't have to answer to anyone. I can say exactly the most outrageous things that I want, and no one's gonna chide me for them. There's this woman on British television, Miriam Margolyes. She played she was in one of the Harry Potter films. She played the one that's the party guy is in, the guy who hosts the dinners. She shows the students how to replant mandrake roots, and they're screaming. And the teacher who trained Voldemort initially catches Harry stealing some of those. I don't know. So it's about, let's say you're not lovable or whatever, and you're single, and people have proven to you that you're not lovable. You can go about telling the most awful stories and hilarious stories that you couldn't tell otherwise, because your partner would be like, could you not expose our personal life so much? Or could you not tell these jokes about our daughter? It really hurts my feelings and her feelings. And could you not be so crude, please? I'm married to you. I don't want you to be so vulgar. If you're single, you don't have any of those things holding you back. And you can really devote yourself to who and what it is you love, and really pursue it and go for it and feel the fear and do it anyway. So it's really exciting. You can find ways of using your skills or transforming the negative thoughts that have held you back, and you're able to transform those into positives, and you're able to love yourself, take care of yourself, and see that you have a future. Really important. So have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. Have a wonderful Saturday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.